All right, team. I'm going to break down one of my favorite topics, which is why data is the number one reason why your cold call campaigns are failing. Now, this could also relate to SMS campaigns. It could relate to direct mail campaigns, right? Data is one of the most important pieces to marketing. And so this is where I see so many new real estate professionals cutting corners on because of low budget or just lack of understanding of the importance of data, not really being educated enough on data analysis and really what data will do to drive good deals into your real estate business. So this is a foundational piece to the success of your cold call campaigns. And I'm going to show you a real client example of a client we actually saved, showing the differences between the data they were providing to us versus the data that we were giving to them to help do a compare and contrast, and going over and breaking down the results and what that does to implementing or increasing more predictability into your lead flow. So as I've always said, guys, the deals are in the details. Let's go and jump in. Now, when I go over this client example, what you're going to see is over the course of the last 2 months, so it's about 60 days, give or take, we were doing some aggressive marketing with 5 cold callers in the states of Georgia, Texas, and I think those were the 2 states we were doing marketing in. Very competitive, highly saturated markets. Now, our client provided us with some lists that performed at a 0.29% lead conversion rate on average over the course of the 60-day period. Now, what we did to help increase lead flow was to supplement these lists with some of our own data, which we use a variety of different providers. And if you guys want to get those providers, you can just jump into our community. The link's down below, by the way, for free. But these are some of the providers that we use to help supplement some of the underperforming lists. And what they averaged over the course of those 60 days is a 0.81% lead conversion rate. Now, to put this in perspective, if we speak to 1,000 people, right, in June, and our conversions are 0.81%, that ultimately means we get 8 leads in list group 1. Now, if we do 0.29% lead conversion rate, that means we get 2 leads ultimately out of that effort of speaking to 1,000 people, right? So we have to essentially make 3x or more contacts on list group 2 just to even have a fighting chance against list group 1. So you have to triple or even quadruple close to be able to produce close to 8 leads. So this is something that when you guys are uploading lists and you are getting campaigns ready for cold calling, and then you review after a month's period of time or even 2 weeks in the middle of the month, and you start seeing lists underperforming on the lead conversion rates, and you start seeing those numbers go down, and I'm going to go over to this exact client example. We have our lists in order ranked from highest performing lead conversion rate. Now, the one here, I'm going to try to zoom in, that was provided on the first, or that's performing at the highest, is this pre-foreclosure list. Now, we made less than 1,000 calls, right? So I don't look at that as holding a ton of weight. But if you look here, anything from REI was what we provided. So, and everything that says client provided list obviously is what the client provided. So you'll see the top performing ones so far, all on the REI front, and then you'll see the client provided lists are ranked typically at the bottom right now. Because they might have been data that was old. It could have been data that was used with a low skip tracing provider. We're not really sure, but the data tells a story, right? And all we want to know is when we start seeing lead conversion rates sub 1%, we want to understand why. And then if we start seeing that go down lower and lower and lower, it's time to get rid of those lists. It's time to get fresh data going on your dialer and start getting that lead conversion rate back up to close to 1%. All right, so this is why so many people, they just blindly throw their lists on a dialer. They let an agent call on it, and then they ask why they haven't gotten good leads. It's because they're not looking for things like this. So the details really matter, team. The deals are truly in the details. Now, as an action step, only use premium data sources. If you really want to have a high-performing cold call campaign and you can afford it, try to make sure you're using premium providers, premium list and data providers, right? That means lists that are highly niche and filtered down, things like vacant lists, pre-foreclosures, probates, tired landlords, tax delinquencies with greater than $3,000 of debt on them, high equity absentee owners, but only out-of-state owners, right? These are the lists we want to go after of people that are going to be highly motivated. Now what we want to do is we want to layer those motivated or distressed lists with premium skip tracing providers, someone that's charging, I would say as low as 5 cents is as low as I would go I tend to use people that are in like the 8 to 10 cent range, and I typically get really good results from that. So again, focus on making sure that you're only using good premium data when you're doing your skip tracing. If nothing else, team, do it on a smaller list so that you can at least get highly targeted and highly qualified people when you do speak to them on your campaigns. Get in touch with the right people. You're going to convert the right people. It's as simple as that. So what are we going to end up doing for this client, right? We're going to take all of their old lists and we're going to put just the Reonomy data on their campaigns to increase their lead conversion rate at least from 0.51% now to hopefully a consistent 0.8. Now that's going to add now 3 more leads to every 1,000 people we speak to just by making that adjustment, guys. So think about the impact that that will have now on the client experience from our world that we live in, but for you as a business owner and trying to steer the ship of your campaigns and making sure you're getting high ROI for your team. This is how you make data-driven decisions. So we look forward to seeing you guys hopefully in our community. If you want more, just click the link below to join for free. We do a lot of videos around virtual operations, call center operations, data and systems for real estate professionals as well, and virtual assistants, of course. So make sure you guys hit the link below and the subscribe and like if you found value in this video, and we'll see you on the next one.